Sorry, gotta move that up. What is up, guys? Basic Battles here today, and I have a new mic. And I guess since we're talking about Nintendo, I should switch that to red. It's like a reddish blue. Ah, there we go. For Mario, you know, our goated plumber. But yeah, title of the video, I'll skip to the skinny. I think the Nintendo Switch 2 has a pricing problem. Not a big one that'll affect them sales-wise and future-wise, but enough to be concerning as someone who was sort of interested in the Nintendo Switch 2, but now it's just like it's not not something I'll probably entice anymore. Maybe down the line, we'll see. But goodness, if you can hear my brother singing in the background, he's having a great time. But yeah, so just looking through, Mario Kart World is going to be $80 digitally if you do not buy the bundle for Nintendo Switch. And by the way, the Nintendo Switch itself is $450, which is decently abnormal, for the Switch. It's $100 more than the priciest Nintendo Switch currently, which is the Switch OLED at $350. So $450 plus if you don't get the bundle for Mario Kart, which I don't want to say if it's likely or not likely because it's a digital code, so they might make a lot of them, a lot more than you think. So it might not sell out as fast as you think, but yeah, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. But $80 digitally without, I don't know what maybe the physical copy is still going for $70. Who knows? But I was watching the direct earlier, and there was so much that really interested me. Like if I just go down a little bit, yeah, first one down. This new Donkey Kong 3D platformer thing looked absolutely amazing. First I think it's the first Donkey Kong 3D adventure since 64, and that was 90s. I don't even know, maybe 97 ish. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I don't know, the way you could interact with the environment, the visuals, it looked smooth. The different worlds you went to, it all looked really solid. And DK's design, not what I expected. Obviously, I'm used to something different, just stuff from the retro. But it looked amazing, honestly, and I'm really interested in it. But it's just like I have a Switch, but that was a family Switch that was just kind of given to me because they left it behind, and it's kind of in tatters, and never built a library for it at all because here's the issue: Nintendo Switch games never really went on sale, never went down in price. So it was like there was never really a reason to go play the Breath of the Wild and stuff. And I know I sound like a cheap guy, you're broke, whatever, but it's just not as enticing when I got, because I was also given a laptop, and Steam deals are just way better. Even deals on PlayStation and Xbox, respectively, is just way better about it. Which here, I'll show you an example. I don't know the pricing for the for upgrade packs, and stuff like this. Kirby Forgotten Worlds, $60 game. I think Tears of the Kingdom is 70, and I'm pretty sure Metroid Prime 4 will be 70. And what is this? Was Jamboree? This is probably 70. So $70 games that you already bought and are probably still at that price on their retail store. Like I said, I don't really play on the Switch that much, so I don't know. But all those games, $70 plus you have to buy upgrade packs to get the Nintendo Switch 2 editions. So, yeah. For like I was saying with PlayStation, they years after Last of Us 2 release, they released a remastered version. And if you already had the game for PS4, you could upgrade for $10. Now, I still am not a fan of the practice. If you already have the game, you got to buy it again anyways. $10, $5, $60, however much the Switch ones will be. It's a lot of money. But to be fair, Last of Us 2 I got for $5 on a Christmas special. Like a few came out in 2020. I got the like 2 years after release, which is a long time. So, but 2023, It'll be about 2 years until, and for Breath of the Wild 1, it's gonna be a lot more. It's gonna be 8 years by the time the last one came out, and I'm pretty sure it's still $60 on a retail store. Tell me if I'm wrong, please. But it was pretty pricey, and it's pricey. I'm only given that number based on what I see on online storefronts like Amazon and eBay, where it's still $60 usually, unless you're buying used copies. So, which isn't enticing to most people. But digitally, I'm pretty sure it's still full price, full retail. So yeah, Last of Us 2, it usually went on. I got it for $5, like I was saying, or maybe it was $10, and then you need to pay another 10, so $20 in total to get the remastered version of the game if you already had The Last of Us. And for some odd reason, I think to upgrade from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2 versions of the game, I think you'll need to buy. I think it'll be a little pricier than $10. I don't know though, so we'll see. But it's just you're basically paying $80 for an 8-year-old game. It's just not my cup of tea. We'll obviously see what the plan is, but as soon as we saw upgrade packs, it's just like, wow. And the thing with Nintendo is, no one else is selling these games. With the benefit of some of the PS5 to PS4 upgrade stuff, you bought the game and then you got a PS4 edition with it. And also it was available on some of these PlayStation games are now available on PC, like the upgrade pack for Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, $10. But, obviously it goes on sale on Steam all the time. So buying the $10 isn't the worst thing in the world. You can bundle them together. Just, yeah. Yeah. And it's not like it's a horrible thing because some of these games, they're literally adding like, a new story for Kirby Forgotten World and the visual advancements. Like, I kind of am not the biggest fan of it for Legend of Zelda because they're not adding any new content. It's just a remaster, really. Essentially, is all it is. And who really counts the Nintendo Switch app use? In my opinion, that's not. Depends how much use you'll get out of it, I guess. But for Mario Party Jamboree, okay, $20 extra for basically a whole new expansion with new mini games and stuff, and new features with the new Nintendo Switch 2 things, new story for Kirby. But it's just like remaster. This remaster, but you also get control options, so it's gonna vary. I don't know how many Nintendo Switch 2 games are gonna have additions. I guess this is just what it's gonna be now. Are they gonna re-release a bunch of Nintendo Switch 1 games like this, and just instead of unlocking just like in a free patch like they do on PS5, PS4 sometimes, obviously it varies. They do have bad business practices too. Bad business practices for us, not for them, because they still are going to make their money because no one else sells these games other than Nintendo consoles. But is Mario Odyssey just going to come out with a $30 upgrade that just upgrades the visuals of it? It's just not enticing. It's a lot of money. Plus the online to it. While it's interesting, for Nintendo Switch Online, yes, they're adding GameCube. They're adding 3 GameCube games at launch for the online for exclusively for Nintendo Switch 2, but you have to have the expansion pass and Nintendo Switch Online, which it's probably a lot of money. I think it's like 50 for it's like $60 for a year of Nintendo Switch Online. I don't know how much the expansion pack is. Is it $30? It might be. I don't know. Cost. Yes, expansion pack. Let's go AI overview. This was what it costs $80. Okay, so it's not as much as I thought. All right. Family member it costs 80 a year. I guess that's still better than the PlayStation model because it's like 160 a year, 120 a year. I forgot the official number. For all for the cloud saves and the cloud saves and the streaming, I think is what's available, and the classics collection for PlayStation. So a little bit better pricing on the online. but still you're paying for online. So I look at like what's the best option if you're gaming on like a budget? Like most people that buy Nintendo Switch consoles are gonna do because it's a family console. You buy it, you know, to play Mario Party and Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros. With your family, and it's for the kids. They can take it anywhere they want on trains and planes and any road trips you have, which is it's great marketing. But it's like it's a lot of money as well, because controllers, which for last generation they didn't really work that well and were finicky and very breakable, and they cost $80 to get a replacement. And then a regular controller that you just want to hold in your hand, like a PlayStation controller. This goes for all consoles. They cost a lot of money, $80 at least, I think, for Switch Online. And this new camera thing that you'll need if you want to do the new mini games for the Mario Party Jamboree, I think that costs like $50. We'll see though. I don't know. Game chat. Did they have the accessories on here? I know they did. This is interesting. Something we could talk about. But yeah. Has this been announced for a while? The director's cut? A lot of these have subtitles that I've never seen before, honestly. Like Signature Edition, what does that mean? Tarnished Edition, I haven't seen that for Elden Ring. Director's cut for Yakuza 0. What else? Fighters Edition for Street Fighter. I have seen obviously Ultimate Editions, regular how Cyberpunk sold with the Phantom Liberty stuff. Yeah. It's nice if you're just if you are just like a Nintendo fan and you only play on that console, like you've only gone through the Switch, you built your library up through that, you just like playing on it's easy, you connect to the TV, connect off. You're going to love this console, honestly, despite the price, because it's all you're paying money on. You're not balancing different systems. Me personally, if I'm just gonna pick one, I'm just gonna pick PC. I wanted to be like that. I wanted to be that guy that was like, I'll get a Switch for the Nintendo games and then a PS5 just in case, and pay for the online on both of them, and even build up my Steam library so I can save for. It's just not viable for me. I'm realistic now. I can't do all that. I don't have the money. It's just how it is. So while I get excited looking at all these new cool games and wow, Nintendo Switch hardware is finally going to be 4K and 1440p and 120 hertz and HDR on the screen and magnetic Joy-Cons and mouse control and all that. It's great. It looks amazing. Like I said, that DK game is so good that I might just buy a Switch 2 anyways down the line because that looks fun. But right now it's just not enticing. I'm happy for people that like it. Happy they're getting a much more next gen experience with Nintendo, which obviously if you didn't care about performance, which I normally don't, then who cares? Who cares if you're playing Arkham Knight, the worst version of it on Nintendo Switch? Oh, that was a disaster. Hopefully we get no more of that with Nintendo in the future. I don't think we will. I think we could just save all the bad PC ports for dang it, I just spoiled the punchline. Save all the bad ports for PC. I messed it up. My bad. But yeah. This would just be rambling about how much I don't like the price of Nintendo games. I've always been this way. It's why I didn't get into the Nintendo Switch 1. Because Breath of the Wild, a launch title, is still $60 on the eShop. And I don't think it goes on sale that often. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. I'll just stick with my humble bundles, man. I'll just stick with my humble bundles. Tell me your thoughts on Nintendo Switch pricing stuff, and tell me if you're going to buy the console or not, because I'm interested. Which games you're most excited for? Mario Kart World looks interesting, because it's like a whole full world now. Like you can drive around and then trace, and there's a bunch of tracks. These new designs are messing with my head, man, because I feel like Mario's been the same looking for years. I mean, obviously it's Mario still, obviously, but he looks different here. Obviously, DK's new design is. I don't know if it is a new design. Wasn't this just how he looked in the movie? Tell me if I'm wrong. Prime 4 looks fun. I haven't played the first 3 though. I should get to that, especially while I have my freaking Wii on right now. Like, Obviously, was a new Soulsborne game. Maybe the reason is because I just haven't. Okay, Bart, interrupt my video, why don't you? Maybe the reason I'm just not enticed by the Nintendo Switch is because while all this looks cool, I've never played a Soulsborne games, never tried Kirby Riders, never touched the first 3 Metroid Primes, didn't play Donkey Kong 64. I think I only played a little bit of Country Returns, and that's it. I played Mario Kart a lot. Love Mario Kart, but it's like, not interested. Maybe I'll get into the Switch lineup or Nintendo lineups down the line. I'm literally playing. I'm playing on a Wii right now. I got all the games. Oh, see, I'm falling apart now, boys. All right. Yeah, y'all have a good one. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.